Hello, señores and señoritas. British people are weird. Is it just because I say that? Yeah, no. Because they really are. But first, in this video, I'm gonna talk about 10 things about why, for me, British people are weird. The first one is they have two faces. What I mean by that is, for example, when you have a friend you haven't seen in a while and you meet with this friend, the other friend is, oh, it's so nice to see you, so nice to meet you again. Oh, it's like too excited, you know? For me, it's too fake. In Spain, we don't do that. In Spain, if you don't see a friend for 10 years or something, you say, hey, hello, was good to see you, but I don't get, oh, that's amazing, oh, that's the best of my life, the best of the world. No. So for me, this is a weird thing that shocked me one of the first time I went to England. Let's go to the second one. Normally, British people, or let's say British people in the UK are very polite, right? They always say sorry, they always say thank you, they are polite, no? But when they come to another country, for example, when they come to Spain, they just get crazy. They just, I think they think it is like a jungle, okay? They just get so drunk, they are so louder, they are screaming for everything, they get pissed for everything, they are just crazy. Like a year ago, I saw in Malaga, in Marbella for you, I saw a family, a very drunk family with a daughter. The daughter was very, very drunk and she fell in the floor and the mother was shouting at her and she was as well very, very drunk. And the father was having an argument, what do you say? Una discusión fuerte?
An argument, yeah.
An argument, having an argument with a waiter. So even when British people in their British houses and the British life are very polite, they are the other way around when they come to Spain. Not everyone, but some of them, mostly young people. So let's go to the third one. British people are so obsessed with the weather. They just talk about weather every time. So for example, where is an awkward, whatever, uncomfortable silence between people, they say something about the weather. Oh, today is raining, oh, like every day in the year, right? But they are so freaking obsessed with that. And not just talking about the weather, but making the most of that. For example, in England, normally there are, let's say in England, there are 10 days with good weather. So people, when they just see a sun ray, a single sun ray rising in the clouds, they just say, okay, let's do a barbecue, let's go out, let's go for a bike ride, whatever. I think it's good. But for me, the first time I saw that, it was shocking, because normally in Spain I am used to that. No, I am used to, because here in Spain I am used to that. So first time I went to England, it wasn't the first time I went to England, because the first time the weather was horrible. But the second or the third time I went to England, there was a single good day about weather. And they say, oh, let's go out, let's make the most of that. So for me, that was shocking. They look for me like poor people about weather, not in weather ways, let's say, For me, they look like anxious for the weather, for the sun. Weather drug addicts. For me, it's like they are like weather addicts, When there is some sun, a single ray of sun, how they say, they go crazy to that. And for me, it was shocking. So let's go to the fourth thing. British people don't know how to cook. That's right, even British women don't know how to do it, because it's another kind of culture. I know that, but still it is shocking for me. And maybe you're thinking, yes, but I know how to fry an egg. Or yes, I know how to do a steak in the pan. I know how to put butter in the bread. That's not cooking. That's not cooking. For cooking, I mean spending your 3 or 4 hours in the kitchen doing a good stew or a good paella, for example. But not putting something in the microwave, waiting for 10 minutes, and you say you are a cooker, because you're not.
Or a cook.
And saying you are a cook, because you're not.
Cook!
And saying you're a cook, because you're not. So let's go to the 5th thing I find really weird about British people. The favorite word with British people is sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry this. Oh, sorry that. When you are, for example, in a store and someone barely pass next to you, you say, oh sorry, oh sorry. When you didn't get what the other people was saying to you, you say, oh sorry, can you please tell me again, oh sorry. When something happens, you say, oh sorry, even to yourself, because you just say sorry for everything. So for me, it's too much. So you don't have to be sorry for everything, for God's sake. For example, here in Spain, if you go and you touch barely a people, another person, you don't say sorry, it's fine, it's fine. Little stores are little, you know, sometimes they get crowded, so it's fine. And even when you don't get something, even when, whatever reason, you know, in whatever circumstances, in whatever circumstances, you say sorry a lot. And this is another thing that shocked me about English people. So let's go to the 6th one. Okay, so now is when the thing start turning interesting. So sorry in advance if you get offended, but I had to talk about this. It's gonna be polemical thing, but English people are racist. No, I'm joking around. Sorry. But English people, British people in general, they get a little bit struggle when they have to talk to someone else about another people's skin's color. For example, if you had to describe me what man you were talking about before, and it was a black man, I don't mind to saying that, because in my culture that's fine, that's normal. But for British people, they get so, let's say, embarrassed to talk about that, or they get too afraid to think another people think he's racist or she's racist. But for me, if a man is black, or a woman is Chinese, or a man is Hindu, I don't have any problem of saying that. For me, and for a lot of Spanish people, it's even worse if you don't say that, because we can even think you are the racist. I know this is a weird thing, it's a cultural shock, okay? It's a cultural big difference, let's say. But you don't say, for example, if you don't want to say this people is black just because he's different to you, we Spanish people could think that maybe you think he is less than you, and that's why you think he is gonna feel offended when you say he or she is black. I don't know if I explain myself. I think I do. So let's go to the 7th thing I found weird about English people. You're English people, you're British, you need to plan everything with an anticipation.
With planning.
If you're English people, you're British, you need to plan everything 6 months earlier, okay? You can't just say, okay, let's go tomorrow to Rome. Okay, no, for you it's so precipitate, okay, even for me. But you cannot say, let's go in 2 weeks to Rome or to visit Paris or wherever. You have to plan that maybe a year before or 6 months before. I know that because I'm living with an English girl, and this English girl is like that. She has to be everything prepared for the travel or the journey she's gonna do in 6 months, maybe in 7, maybe in a year. So, and not just her, okay, a lot of British people I know, they are so structured, no? They are just so structured, let's say, in their schedules.
Structured.
They are so structured in their schedules, and it's like I had to prepare this like 6 months before because I am not spontaneous, you know. We are more spontaneous, let's say, the Spanish people. We are a lot more spontaneous with everything. For example,
Spontaneous.
for example, even meeting with friends, you cannot say, okay, let's go out or let's hang out tonight. No, you cannot say that because their agendas are so occupied, you know?
Their agenda is full.
Because their agendas are so full.
Agenda.
Because their agendas are so full of things to do, you know? They are so structured. They are so structured. They are so structured, as I said before. Here in Spain, you say to a friend, hey, Sam, man, you wanna hang out tonight? He say yes, even when you just said that 2 or 3 hours before. It's alright. There is no need to do plans months before. There is no need, not for me, maybe for you. I guess there is for you, that's why you do it. So let's go to the 8th thing I find weird about English people. Okay, this is gonna be another polemical thing, another political incorrect thing.
Politically incorrect.
Another politically incorrect thing. Spoiler Brexit. It is gonna be about why English people cannot say, let's say, the word Brexit out loud in a normal voice tone, talking with a group of friends. If you say that in England, because I say that, I know that because it happened to me, in a bar, for example, people are so afraid. People who were with me were so afraid, like maybe I'm gonna be arrested, maybe something like that. You know, I felt like something like that, like what happened here? And it's not just Brexit, this another thing, whatever politically incorrect thing, you know, you cannot say that out loud because I think your English people are so afraid of what other people are gonna think about you. Here, for example, in Spain, obviously we take that serious. I'm not saying the Brexit is not a big thing. I know it's a tremendous thing, a tremendous big thing, okay, an important thing. But here in Spain, if that had happened to us, we would take that seriously in some cases, of course seriously when it has to be taken seriously, but of course we would make jokes about that too. You know, we are like that. And I think British people find that so shocking, you know. I discovered that for myself, from my experience, let's say, talking with a British people in a conversation, and the other people was like, what the f***? Like, how can you take it that like a joke? But it's another culture, you know, it's another thing. We are not afraid about what other people is gonna think. We take the life, let's say, difference, or we are not embarrassed to talking about incorrect politically things.
Politically incorrect.
About politically incorrect things. Let's go to the 9th thing I found really weird about British people. In the UK, people don't speak loudly. Not like here, for example, in Spain, it's not matter, we're speaking loudly. For example, you can't really feel the difference if you go to a bar in the UK, to a coffee shop, to a Costa Coffee, and you don't really see people talking, you know, they are maybe whispering, you know, they don't want to other people hear what they talking about, you know. But here in Spain it's so different, you know. I can talk to you from here at that voice tone and it's fine. I think, for example, in If you go to Spain, you go to a bar, you are gonna feel that. You're gonna feel you are surrounded by people. And I think in England, if you want to socialize,
You're going to be surrounded, not surrendered.
you are gonna feel you are surrounded by people. ¿Cómo es?
Surrounded.
You're gonna feel you are surrounded by people. ¿Está bien?
Surrounded.
You are gonna feel you are surrounded by people. ¿Cómo es?
Está bien, compa.
Surrounded, surrounded,
Surrounded.
surrounded. You're gonna feel you are surrounded by people. ¿Cómo es, chiquilla? De verdad tú.
Surrounded.
Okay. You're gonna feel you are surrounded by people. And I think in England, for example, if you want to socialize with someone, if you want to make friends, you know, and you go to a bar, you cannot do it. Doesn't work because people are just like not talking. If they talk each other, they just whisper. They are so, I don't know how to say. They are so jealous, and other people hear what they talking about. They are not talking about the keys of the bank account. It looks like that sometimes. And for finishing, let's talk about the last thing I find really weird about British people. British people are so impolite, are so rude. Maybe you can think they're not. Even in England, I'm talking even in England. When you go to a pharmacy, British people don't say hello. When the people go out from a bar, British people don't say goodbye. Where you are in a doctor's waiting room, you don't say hello, you don't say goodbye when you leave. That's so rude for me, that's so rude for Spanish people. I'm not saying you're rude, but here in Spain, even when you are a child, your mom and your dad say to you, you should say hello when you go in a local, you know, in a room with other people. You just say hello, you just smile to them. And when you leave, you say goodbye. It doesn't matter where you are. And it doesn't matter if you know those people or if you don't know them. Saying hello and saying goodbye here in Spain is because two things, okay? The first thing is because you're saying, I'm here. Okay, I just step in the shop, step in the whatever room, and I want them to know I'm here. And when I say, hola, ¿qué tal? And I smile, it's because I am show them my respect to that people, even when I don't know them.
I am showing them my respect to those people.
Because I am showing them my respect to those people. Okay guys, okay ladies, let's finish the video here because it's getting dark. And if you like this video, please give me one of those. Put me a comment below. Please, como es, no me denuncies el video.
Don't report the video.
And please, if you have felt so offended, I just say sorry. Don't report my video, please, and subscribe to my channel.